and turn to the Latin Etude. One suggestion I would have would be to shape that first phrase. A little accent on that. So maybe shape that phrase a little bit there. Pretty straightforward in terms of the fingering. It's a little tricky when you get to measure 4, 5, 6. Measure 6 and 7. You have this little turn. To play that quick turn, you can't lift the thumb to go from C to E quickly enough. So what I did there is to play a 2-5 and then to a 1-5 because it's more comfortable and that sets me up to play the rest of the line there. Bar, this is measure 9, because if I don't, as soon as I play that chord and let go of it, it drops out. And it sounds kind of like disconnected there. So maybe a little pedal there. Off, on. I think a little pedal sounds nice there. And this line right here, if you want to, you can either play it dry, but you hear there's a big break between the chords in the left hand. So what I might do is maybe put a little pedal on beats 4 and 2 of those bars. That way the line stays clean and doesn't get blurred, but it sounds connected. So that's how I would pedal through that. In terms of the solo, I had a suggestion as a jazz educator in Texas. The transcription process is a big part of my practice. How many people here have had your students transcribe something? Raise your hand. Okay, good. I just did our band and orchestra camp in Lubbock, and the tenor saxophonist that played in my big band was a very advanced player. He's a sophomore in high school, going into his junior year. Already has language, mature playing, phrasing, and so, you know, that seems to me to be the big difference between some of the really award-winning programs out there for high school and students that maybe don't know how to improvise until they get to college. We got to get them transcribing sooner. So if you turn to the next page here, there's a transcription of a Jim Snodero solo called Mississippi Jazz Club, and I'll play through that a little bit. And we're probably at time here, so. What's that? Okay, so the reason I included this transcription is because there's a lot of ideas that are used over a dominant chord, which is what the solo changes for the Latin Etude. So there are a lot of ideas that we can get out of this solo. Here's what I don't hear enough jazz educators talking about anywhere, in any master clinic I've ever attended, is what to do with the transcription. So now I've learned it note for note. I've even taken the time to notate it. If you turn the page here to the section Mississippi Jazz Club Melodic Motives, you can see that I've extracted not just licks, but even very small shapes. Like if you look down to the 5th staff system, he does something. That's what we call melodic cell or motivic cell. So basically we're breaking down, in terms of language, we'd be breaking down to the level of words. And we can use those words to form new sentences in real time. And from this point, I would have students maybe work on some of these shapes in all 12 keys, target them over tunes. And if you turn to the very last, I think it's on the end of the, if we go back to the Latin Etude, second page, I included under number 4 helpful articles regarding the transcription process. There are 4 there for how to transcribe from a really great website called jazzadvice.com, and the 5th about how to apply language. So hopefully that's useful to you guys. Thank you very much for letting me present, and good luck this fall. Thank you.